Hello. There are a few bits and pieces that I recorded on the crops allotment. Obviously there's a lot of watering and weeding and maintenance that I haven't included. I've neglected this container that was in the corner. I put these in to stop the pigeons eating the young celery seedlings, and of course it's gone straight through it. But the perpetual spinach, some of it has gone to seed. This one's alright, but the other one has gone to seed. So I've got a bit of a job trying to untangle this mesh from that lot. But I think stuff that's gone to seed has gone to seed, so I'm not too worried about that one. Oops, pull off the leaves of that perpetual spinach, but that doesn't matter. They'll grow back as long as it doesn't damage the celery. Okay, that stuff's going to seed anyway, so it doesn't. So the stuff that's going to seed can be pulled out there. Now, as luck would have it, I've got an empty compost bin right next to it. Now, this one somebody was giving away because it's got no top and it's got no protection here. So a bit of corrugated metal here, which I'm going to put next to it. Put stuff that'll stop stuff coming out. So this stuff can just go in that compost bin. I'll take some of the leaves, younger leaves off for a salad. This one is probably alright, but the rest of the celery seems fine, so I'll leave this one. So what I might do is put a bit of mulch around this now. Yeah, these young leaves are fine, perfectly fine for a salad, so I'll take these. I've got two big boxes, I mean the size of my hand for scale. I've got these two boxes from the perpetual spinach that had gone to seed, so that's not bad. I've still got one there, and I've got some other planted elsewhere, so that's alright. If this one starts going to seed, I might have to pull some leaves from this as well and pull this out, but that's okay. I've got more elsewhere, so that's no problem. But the celery is getting great guns. Getting quite thick stalks, so it won't be long before I'll be able to pull some stalks off this. Now the compost bin, that corrugated metal has done just the job. So what I'm going to do is put some of those chippings in this just to line the bottom. There's quite a bit of leaves in it, but it's also chips. There's some wood chips in it, so there's the right combination. So I can put that at the bottom, and it's raining, so I'll have to stop recording and get on with it. Okay, I've put some of these clippings, which have got bits of wood chips and stuff in it, in this compost bin, and the rest of that is going to be filled eventually by all these potatoes. So once I pull the plants out, they'll fill the rest of this compost bin, and I might drop a little bit more chippings on top of that. And I put a bit of mulch around the celery because that compost and manure, there was weeds starting to come through, so giving it a good mulch should be alright. I mean, celery is used to being mulched, so that's not a problem. These two compost bays had the privet branches that I cut, and I've taken a load of the branches off. All it's left are the twigs, and all the leaves you can see have fallen off and add it to the compost. So the sticks I'm taking off and putting on the burn pile. And you can see there's the odd leaf that's still on, but most of them have fallen off. Now both these bins, you can see that's all the privet leaves that have dried and fallen off, and it has gone down quite a bit, so I can top these up with some more leaves and wood chips, and we can sit there and stew for a bit longer. Potted up all these thyme plants, so we've got quite a few thyme plants to go around. I've potted up this sage, another sage that I'm giving away to a neighbour, and this one I'm going to pot up in that enormous pot. In here I've got some soil. I'm going to add a bit more soil, which I dug up from another spot on the plot that had a big lump. So, because sage doesn't want a really too rich soil, so he wants a good draining soil. So I don't want to put compost in here or manure, just normal soil will do. Whoops. That should just about do it. So I don't want it too heavy because I've got to be able to lift it, so that's fine. It's that wet, it's been sitting in the bag and got wet. There's a big hole in the bag and it's got wet, but now that it's exposed to the elements it'll dry out. Okay. You can see it's got a good root system on it, so he was getting to the stage of being a bit pot bound. Just put it in. Fill it in. And because this soil is quite damp, I'm not going to water it in. And there we go, another sage plant planted. These wild strawberries that I've found dotted around the site have really filled this bed. I mean, there is the odd bit of weed that's, that's not a problem. A few bits of grass and the dandelion I don't mind. But it's done a wonderful job of providing ground cover. So it'd be ideal for going around fruit trees, because obviously you don't want mulch going all the way around the fruit trees, so you do end up with a bit around the fruit trees that's not covered, and these would do a great job of covering it and making sure that no sunlight gets to weeds, because weeds being opportunistic as they are, any little gap they'll get into. So this should keep the weeds down around fruit trees. It's putting out a lot more runners. I don't really need them as a crop, but I will take a load of runners so I can plant them round the base of the fruit trees. I mean, I can't believe how much they've filled out since I put a handful in here last year, and really you can't see the ground now. So comparing to what it was like last year, it's absolutely rammed. The solitary artichoke is coming through, but even that is struggling with all the strawberries around it. It's time to harvest this garlic because the weeds just keep coming back and trying to get it. So I'm going to take the garlic out. There's elephant garlic in this row, normal garlic in that row. So we'll take them out and see what they're like. Some of them have just been completely claimed by the weeds. I completely clear this 4 times and they just keep going back. Oh dear, that was not good. That's a good one. So I think I've left it a little bit too long, but I think it should be alright. Right, well, we've got a reasonable harvest. The elephant garlic is looking okay. The ones at the bottom of the bed, the lower end of the bed, have all sort of rotted and gone to pot. So they're no good. So I think there might be a bit of a drainage issue, but the ones further up seem fine. So that's the elephant garlic. And the normal garlic, I should have really taken it out earlier, but from 2 bulbs, that's not bad. They're no good for storing, but we're just going to make them into a paste and put them in the freezer, so they're not going to go to waste. I have to clean them up and dry them up a bit. The elephant garlic seems okay. Otherwise, no, I'm happy with that. I should have just taken the other garlic out earlier. But considering that we've got really heavy clay soil, I'm amazed that we managed to get this lot, seeing as I didn't really amend the soil that much. I put some fish blood and bone and pelleted chicken manure on, which is why the weeds absolutely loved it. But yeah, it's not the best bed for growing garlic. I probably missed 1 or 2 bulbs as well in amongst all these weeds. But it's a feed, as Sean Cameron always says, it's a feed. So we've got a bit to go in the freezer. With these I'll probably get enough cloves to start next year's crop. That lot, no, but then those are cheap, and next year I'll take them out earlier. Right, these potatoes starting to go yellow, so I'm gonna do my first potato reveal, see what we get. I'm not that hopeful, but we'll see. Not that heavy, weight very little, which suggests probably won't be much in them. But we'll see. Oh. Got some. Okay, now they're not huge. Crop out of these, and then these were frosted, and yeah, probably haven't kept up with watering as much as I should have. So some of them are reasonable size, but it's not a great crop. But this compost is like really dry, even though we've had rain. It's my fault. Not that many other things going. Not kept on top of watering the potatoes, and it shows. The other ones are okay, and we're supposed to get heavy rains tomorrow and more next week, so I'll leave them a bit longer. And the sparrows have all flown away, but all the water holes that have been left in the plastic, the sparrows are using as bird baths, so they're obviously having a good time here. There's a load of them here, but obviously as soon as I get the camera they disappear. I moved this container of horseradish, and when I moved it in here there were these roots. So obviously this container, which is sort of almost up to my knee, as you can see, is not deep enough. This other one should be alright, but the horseradish root was trying to escape and get into the ground. So when I harvest this horseradish, I'll put it into a deeper container Well, that's what's happened on the crops allotment. In the next video we'll have a look at July and August on the main allotment. So goodbye for now and come back soon.